So we're heading to Economy Falls. And again, this is Trevor of Making It Better Me. And we're just taking a short walk along the trail here to the Economy Falls. Looking at some of the nature and stuff here. I will say the drive up is quite a mess. If you have a good car and a low car, you definitely don't want to risk it. A truck really would be better, or something higher off the ground. I come up in a Mazda 3. It's not a real great Mazda 3, and it's not a high-end one, and it's not new. So, yeah, that was that. I did take a time-lapse video of the drive up, so I will probably include that in this video so you can see what it looks like. And it is quite a drive. And you can see here on the trail ahead, it can be a bit messy up here. You definitely want some good footwear for the walk in here, because it is a little bit messy. A little brook here going across, but the trails here are beautiful. The forest is beautiful, and really neat to see. So there's another sign there, and it shows that the trails are listed there. So good Economy Falls, Kenomee Canyon Trail, Devil's Bend Trail, and the Escarpment Trail are all down here. So we'll check that out, and I'll do some more video in a bit. Okay, so we've taken a bit of a detour in our adventure. We went past the falls and kept going. We followed along a trail across a bridge, and we're taking, I think, what's called the Escarpment Trail. We've come pretty far up the hill, and I'm tired and I'm sweaty, and I really don't know where we're going. So we're going to turn back now and head back down. But hopefully the bridge, there were some people there before. I wanted to take some video there, but hopefully it'll be clear and we can take a picture there then, and some video there. One thing I will mention, if you do decide to follow this trail, the railings and stuff are not in very good shape. There seems to be some natural steps put in, or stone steps have been put in along the way, but a lot of the rail is damaged, such as this one. And there was even a downed tree that we had to climb over at one point on the stairs. So I'm just coming down the trail here ever so cautiously, grabbing a hold of trees. It is a little bit steep here, not too bad, but not a trail for everybody. If you're not in fairly good shape, you might want to avoid this section of trail. The part to the falls is actually pretty calm, but once we got past that bridge, things quickly got a little dicey. It is beautiful here, I will say that. Very natural, and the trail is reasonably easy to follow. And just, kind of a neat spot. But you'll see up here, we're coming to the little log that we have to climb over soon, I think. There's also a lot of water on the trails. You can see there's like runoff going on in different spots, so your feet would get wet, which could make things like this dangerous. You'll see here the rail is obviously gone off this little bridge that I'm walking across. It is got little cleats on it to keep you from falling, sliding too much, but most of the rail is gone. So definitely, I think a place that, you know, if you had lots of time and lots of energy and were an accomplished hiker, you might like to check out some of these trails here. A lot of climbing, a lot of hill that we've encountered so far. And I'm not sure where else we'll go. I think we're just going to head back to the falls now rather than go on some of these other trails. It does some crisscrossing to get up the hills just to make it not quite so steep, which makes it a little bit scary when the turns come. But yeah, and now these stairs are in pretty good shape. Get a chance to see them here. But quite steep. I'll show them here. I'm surprised Blair is doing this as well as he is, because he's usually quite frightened of stairs. But he seems to be getting along just fine today. You can probably hear the waterfalls in the background. We are close to the top of the falls. Whoops. I almost had a fall. And as we come around the corner here, you can see a little bit of runoff, making a bit of a little waterfall or wet area here on the side. I think it's really pretty. I'm going to stop here and stop my video here. I'll do some more once we get down there. Talk real loud here. Hopefully I can be heard over the water rushing. As you can see, there's a river beneath me. A little bit of a noisy section there, and there's a small waterfall right directly underneath this bridge. And really pretty there. I really like the view right here. Gorgeous spot. And this is really not too far past the drop where you go down to see Economy Falls. If we come along this way, this is the other side of the bridge. You can see, I think that's where basically the main waterfall starts, is right there. There was a little drop off that we could go in up there, and we did go down there for a second, but it was hard to see without getting into a dangerous place, so we didn't do that. But really kind of neat and pretty here. I wish you could see the waterfalls that were right directly underneath this bridge. I feel like they would be a little bit more interesting to see. They're definitely noisy, but definitely a beautiful spot, and nice place to spend a summer day. Or a fall day, probably. I bet you it's beautiful here in the fall. We may have to come check this out again when the leaves are changing, because I bet you it's absolutely stunning. Okay, so we are on our way down to the waterfall, and we've gotten to the section where the stairs are now, and it's a pretty good walk. They're nice stairs, but fairly steep, and maybe a little bit eroded in spots. The rail doesn't seem the most stable, so you know, don't depend on it with your life, but you can certainly use it for a little bit of balance and stability. Some of the stairs are not flat on either, so just be aware of that as you're walking, that they might not feel the angle that you want them to be on, which can be a little bit nerve-wracking. So we're making our way down here. The climb out of here is a difficult one, so bear that in mind if you do come, that getting out of this area is a bit of a workout. Almost to the bottom now. Get this section without stairs, and then a few more stairs as we go. Some natural tree root stairs there. Okay. So we're almost all the way down. Let's see what we see. Well, there are some people down here. So I'm going to stop videoing now before we get to the people, and then we'll continue in a bit. So, here we are. You can see the waterfall behind me. We're down at the base of the falls. Here I am. You can see some of the water here. Just a nice spot, nice and quiet and peaceful. So there's Blur playing in the water. You can see as you look down the river, it goes kind of grassy and flat here. And as I turn around, you'll see there's a nice little pool over there in behind those rocks. And then behind me here, we get turned around. You can see the waterfalls themselves. Actually a pretty decent bit of water coming down there. I'm going to go up and try to get some shots from different spots as well. You can see the cliff formations here are pretty extreme, really carved out of there. I find that hard to believe that would be a natural formation, but who knows, I might be wrong. Just a nice spot here though, really pretty. Up to get another view of the falls. A little bit of a tricky climb, but not too bad. If an old guy like me can do it, it's not that bad, I guess. And you can see down in through here, just a really beautiful view. You might be able to hear Blur barking. He's frustrated because he can't get to where Jessica is. You go there and you can see sort of the top. Really pretty spot. Definitely a place worth checking out. Blur's having some fun playing in the water. He's been swimming in this little pool here a bit. Playing with rocks and stuff. I don't know. He wants the things under the water and he's mad because he can't get them. He's a silly little pup. Stop barking. It's like I don't see it. Gonna swim. I'm swimming. I can't find the rock. Uh-oh, two at once. Don't know where either one of them went. Here I am at the waterfalls, at the Economy Falls. You can hear Blur barking and frustration in the background because he wants a stick that's in the water. So yeah, it's a really beautiful spot. If you're adventurous and you want to check it out, definitely worth a try. I would, like I say, highly recommend having a tractor, an SUV, make the drive up the road because it's not the best road. And you know, the hike down to the waterfall is a little bit challenging, so bear that in mind if you do decide to come. Other than that, it's a pretty cool spot, and the hike itself isn't that challenging other than coming down and up from the waterfall. And there is some interesting places to walk up above the waterfall. If you continue on the path instead of going down towards the waterfall, you'll go to a bridge, and there's some other hiking trails up here. We haven't gone too far on those, but we did do a little adventure on those. But definitely a place, you know, you might want to check out someday. I think it would be absolutely beautiful here in the fall. I'm definitely coming back for when the leaves change because I think it would be absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, that's probably it for today. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.